on. A lot has happened. As you can see, my background is different. There's probably an echo going on in the background. It's because I'm in the comfort of my own home. It's been a long time coming. After a year and 4 months exactly from when I had last broke up with my ex, we ended up having to move back home. Both of us, I moved back out. In my new space, currently like looking for more furniture. Right now, the living room's not finished, bathroom's kind of finished, kitchen is completely furnished, and so is my bedroom. It has again been a long time coming, but there is a sense of peace that has been over me since I've been in my own space. Jumping into where the hell have I been? So after I went on my family trip, I was gonna come back and do a video on Keith Lee, how he visited DC and the restaurants that he visited, and give my like take on that, right? As you know, like the videos that I do post is really like political commentary. It is pop culture commentary along with like life updates for me, because this is also like a mental health outlet, I guess. I wanted on the goal of moving the fuck out. The space that I was in was no longer safe for me to be in the long term. Though the person that I was living with, which is a family member of mine, did not pressure me to move out, me having an entire fallout within the last couple of months with my maternal side of the family, it was best for me to be in my own space. And ultimately, that was the goal anyway, was to never get comfortable. One of the things that I will preach to you guys is never be in a space where you're comfortable for too long. Because when you get comfortable, you get complacent. And when you get complacent, you don't move, right? And if you practice any form of spirituality, you will understand that your team, your guides, your ancestors, God, or whomever you know, do your workings with, will continuously put you in a place of uncomfortability for you to elevate. And this is what also occurred with me falling out with my maternal side of the family. We end up having a falling out because when you start to supersede people's expectations of you, when they realize that they can't control you in the way they desire, or what benefits them, they start to lash out, right? I had a lot of gossip, a lot of rumors, a consistent amount of nitpicking that was placed on me and done to me over the past year. Now, did I do, my personal perspective, did I do some shit back? Absolutely. Like, this shit was never just me consistently getting hounded on, but it got to a point where she was able to manipulate everybody else around her, trying to destroy my character. And that is something that I would never be able to go back on. So for her, we went completely no contact. And I think part of the reason why she also started to do those things to me is because, again, on a material level, I started to supersede her, right? When it came to income, she's 10 years my senior, surpassed her. Education, surpassed her. When someone who is 10 years your senior, see you grow up, see you mold into a human being, they understand all of your strengths because it plays on their weaknesses. So when it's a master manipulator, they will do anything to try to put you in a position that will always be subservient to them. And once you go past that, you are every name in the book. You are every gossip, every rumor they have heard about you. They will stop to no extent to continue to attack you because it rattles something in them. And that's one of the biggest lessons I've learned with her. I end up falling out with my little sister, right? People are aware of what they do to you. People are aware of what they're doing and what they're saying. Do not allow, like, the only time you just don't know what the hell you're doing, or you're just making decisions based off of emotion or impulse, I consider you adolescent or like a child, right? But when you're a grown ass adult, you know exactly what you're doing. I consistently got nitpicked into the point where I exploded on her and cursed her the fuck out. After that, she played victim. She didn't know what the hell was happening. She just, all of this like was just happening to her, and this, that, and the third. So of course, by me being one of the very few males in our immediate family. Now I'm looked at as the bad guy because I had to curse her ass the fuck out. So from there, I was like, okay, well, if everybody's siding with her, then we're going to continue to move like that, which further drove a wedge between me and my maternal side of the family. The last time I've seen them in person is when they came over that particular family member's house that I was staying with, said hi and goodbye. And by the time they came back over the house, I was already gone and moved into my new space. Now, for my paternal side of the family, I started to build a relationship with him. And it's growing every single day. And I'm actually pretty grateful at the fact that I got the chance to hear him out as an adult, because I wasn't trying to listen to it as a child because I was being swayed by my maternal side of the family, which was completely unfair to him. One of the things that I really appreciated about him was him finally sitting down and saying, hey, I'm not a perfect person. This is exactly what happened. This is my perspective. Now that gives me the opportunity to sit down and decipher who was right, who was wrong, which story I understood, what story makes sense, and how I can combine that. However, when I decided to make that decision, and I knew that was the right decision, everything started to fall in place for me, right? I had, moving into this apartment, they had a leasing special for federal government employees. They also like discounted rent for the first 2 months of me moving in here. So I was able to come in here, furnish my entire apartment, and live peacefully. Now, in the midst of that, I did run into some road bumps? Did I run into some challenges? Yeah, my car broke down 2 weeks before I was supposed to move in. And this seems like this happens quite fucking often, because when me and my ex were about to move in, my transmission blew the fuck up on the Beltway, right? 3 weeks before I moved into this apartment, my fucking car had a oil and coolant leak, right? From 3 different fucking places. Out of pocket cost me $2,000 to fix it. Would have been a $6,000 job if I didn't have an extended warranty, because that's how much shit went wrong with it. I also drive a luxury vehicle per se, so things are just tend to be more expensive. But again, moving in, smooth. And I'm just now like getting situated. Now, jumping on to the good things that have been happening, besides me getting a new space, I've also treated myself to some luxury items along the way as well. I've also started to date again. On New Year's Day, I ended up having like my first date of the new year. And we ended up going to like this Italian restaurant. It was a wine bar in New York. And over one glass of wine, we were able to talk for 3.5 hours. And from there, we've been going strong and super consistent ever since. And a couple of days after that, I went on another date with another guy. Super sweet. We've been consistent ever since after that. Things started to move faster, right? In a more forward position for me ever since I made that decision to cut off what no longer served me. So when I sat there and contemplated, was I in the wrong? Did I overreact? How can I make this better? Am I supposed to be mending these relationships? If I would have did that, none of the things that were going good in my life would have happened, right? I'm also very private about the good things that have been happening, because on a spiritual level, people can see that and take that shit from you. So you're gonna see me sum that shit up a lot. Eventually down the road, I'll tell you more of the specifics, because outside of the new place, outside of the dating, there's been other things that have been occurring in my favor. Also, we're walking into a new friend group that's super supportive, right? So in a time where I felt like I had nobody walking in, they was like, well, here's your new friend group, here's your new dating, here's your new apartment. Everything new started to become, everything new started to come into fruition, a lot of my manifestations. Also through that past year of heartache, heartbreak, cutting off people, cutting off things that didn't serve me, I look back at my 2024 list and realized that I achieved every single goal that I had set out for myself, right? And looking back on that, I was just like, through all of this hell and high water, I managed to accomplish all of this. And only motivated me to continue to move forward. So definitely want to start posting every week, because now I'm in a safe space. I'm in such a better space, not just physically, but mentally. We're definitely going to see more consistency on this channel. The goal, once a week, right? You guys see me maybe every Sunday where I post, and eventually getting to the point where you guys see me a couple of times a week, right? But baby steps. We did 10 videos last year before I took that break. That's about a video, 1 to 2 videos a month. Now we're gonna try to multiply that, right? So the next video I'll probably want to touch on is the inauguration, and it's going to probably be a heavy political video surrounding what's been going on in that realm for a while. And then after that, we're probably jumping back onto pop culture per usual. Yeah, and that's just kind of about it. What's been really going on with me. I'm not going to try to drag this video out for too long. Yeah, let me know if you guys want to see anything different. This has been Talks with TJ. Peace.